He was glitter, glam, and rebellion wrapped in electric riffs. Marc Bolan wasn't just the frontman of T-Rex, he was the spirit of a generation that danced to its own beat. With his feather boas, platform boots, and that iconic corkscrew hair, Bolan transformed from a mod scene poet into the king of glam rock. But behind the dazzling lights and screaming fans was a man running from shadows, fame, addiction, and ultimately, fate itself. Marc Bolan's rise to fame was nothing short of meteoric. In the early 1970s, he took the music world by storm. With hits like Get It On Bang a Gong, Jeepster, and Children of the Revolution, he created an entirely new musical identity that merged rock and roll with fantasy, flamboyance, and mystique. Young fans saw him as magical, a glitter-drenched alien who belonged more to the stars than to Earth. But Marc's magic had a cost. And it was only a matter of time before the dream turned tragic. At the height of his fame, Bolan was living fast. Too fast. The money was flowing, and so was the pressure. Critics turned on him, calling him overhyped and outdated. By the mid-70s, once celebrated as a genius, he was now being mocked. Behind the scenes, the rejection hit hard. Bolan, who had once been full of swagger, started spiraling. Drugs, alcohol, and insecurity began taking their toll. Even his longtime partner and collaborator, producer Tony Visconti, noted how fame warped Bolan's personality. Despite his struggles, Marc wasn't finished. In 1977, he was making a comeback. He slimmed down, sharpened his sound, and was back on TV with his own music show, Marc, featuring performances by rising punk bands. He was bridging the gap between glam rock and punk and proving that he still had that rock star fire in his soul. The world was just starting to rediscover him. But destiny had a cruel twist. Waiting, on the early morning of September 16, 1977, just 2 weeks shy of his 30th birthday, Marc Bolan's life came to a sudden, heartbreaking end. He was riding in a purple Mini 1-75 GT driven by his girlfriend, Gloria Jones, the same Gloria who sang backing vocals and had a son with him. They were heading home from a night out when the car hit a tree in southwest London. Bolan, who famously feared driving and never learned how, was in the passenger seat. He died instantly. The crash was devastating. Fans around the world were stunned. How could someone so full of life, so otherworldly, be gone just like that? To this day, many still visit the crash site, now marked by a shrine known as Bolan's Tree, where flowers and tributes continue to appear. What makes Marc Bolan's story so tragic isn't just his untimely death, it's that he was on the verge of a second act. He had survived the ridicule, fought through the darkness, and was reclaiming his place in the spotlight. But the comeback never got its full chance. He left behind a son, a shattered fan base, and a musical legacy that still echoes through the generations. Bolan's influence can't be overstated. Without him, glam rock might never have exploded. No Bowie, Ziggy Stardust, no Sweet, no early punk vibes. Artists from Prince to Noel Gallagher have cited Bolan as a major inspiration. He changed music, fashion, and culture. But like so many bright burning stars, he didn't get the time he deserved to enjoy the legacy he built. Marc Bolan lived like one of his songs, full of strange beauty, explosive energy, and a touch of melancholy. And just like that, he was gone, leaving only glitter in his wake.